Hello, Chaz Marler here from Pair of Dice Paradise, and I'm joined in the studio today by a box. To be specific, this box. Hello, box. What is in this box? Well, a couple months ago, I did an experimental video where I demonstrated on camera, what did I do? An experimental video where I opened up on camera a shipment of games that I had purchased that month to kind of demonstrate which games I thought were worth my money for that month. So that video was really well received, so I have another game shipment here, so I thought I'd do the same thing and share with you what's in this box and why. So, once again, I have my handy dandy Kniffy. There's should be 2 games in the box this month, along with some packing peanuts, apparently. Oh God, so it's quite a few packing peanuts. Okay, so of course, as with any new game shipment, first thing we want to do is we want to clear out these packing peanuts. So it should be easy enough to do. All right, now that we've got the packing peanuts out of the way, let's see what made it into the box this time. All right, first item that we have, here we go, is the new game from Bezier Games, Favor of the Pharaoh. So why did I pick Favor of the Pharaoh? Well, Favor of the Pharaoh is based on another game from 2006 called To Court the King. And To Court the King is a simple little dice game. You have dice, you start out with 3 or 4 dice, and then you have cards that have on them the different members of the royal court, from the jesters to dukes to the queen to the king, all on these cards. And to obtain those cards, you have to roll certain combinations of dice, like 3 of a kind or a straight. And as you get more of the cards, you gain more and more dice to make more and more complicated runs and sets and things like that, up to where you have to roll like 6 of the same number or something like that to start getting the higher cards. I played To Court the King with a friend of mine named Wes at GameStorm in 2014, and I fell in love with it, came straight home from the convention to find out that Court the King was out of print. So I waited and waited and waited for Court the King to come back into print or find a copy on eBay. Nothing. Well, then I heard that this thing, whatever it's called, then I heard that Favor of the Pharaoh was going to be based on To Court the King. So I am really excited to see how this one lives up to it. The only potential downside to Favor of the Pharaoh is that it appears that they made it more complex. There's more dice types, and some additional other components in it. And I worry that Favor of the Pharaoh may have taken what I liked about To Court the King, but then made it more complex. Because not only was the dice mechanic something I enjoyed about To Court the King, but also just the simplicity, the streamlined operation of To Court the King is what I really enjoyed. So that's why I'm hoping that Favor of the Pharaoh keeps that concept and doesn't overcomplicate it and doesn't turn it into something that's too far removed from To Court the King. But we'll find out. All right, woohoo! Item number 1. The second is going to be, oh my word, that's heavy. 504, also known as 504, also known, no, that's the dumb joke. Item number 2, and I know you're going to be surprised, is 504. This is a new game by Friedman Fries, published by Stronghold Games, and this game is almost more of an experiment in design than a game. I'm almost more excited to see just the experiment in game design than the game itself. What the designer did with this game is he has created 9 different modules in the game. And what you do is you will pick 3 of those different modules, and they will establish the rules of the game and the win condition of the game that you play. What's interesting about 504 is not only do the 3 modules that you pick determine the rules of the game that you play, but also the order that you pick them. So for example, a game that uses modules 1, then 2, then 3 will play completely differently than a game where you use first 3, then 2, then 1. And I'll show you the rule book to kind of explain what I mean here. Now, I've heard some preliminary reports that 504, instead of being one amazing game, gives you many, many mediocre and okay games. And going into it, if that's something you're okay with, then hey, more power to it. But like I said, to me, I'm okay with that because I am interested in seeing how this operates from a game design standpoint. To be honest, to me, this is almost a work of art. Ooh, fancy. So I'm not going into 504 expecting to be blown away by a really intense, deep game. I'm hoping to go in and being blown away by seeing this insanely inventive concept actually function and work as a series of games. And really, if it pulls that off, in my opinion, to me, this game will have been a success. And I can't wait to see how that works. I've been excited about this one for a long time. So here's what I want to know. First of all, have you played both To Court the King and Favor of the Pharaoh? And if so, how do the two compare to each other? Is Favor of the Pharaoh and To Court the King, are they like comparing apples to oranges? Or is one simply kind of an extension of the concepts introduced in the other? And are they worth having both in your collection if you can track down To Court the King? Or does this completely replace To Court the King? That's what I want to know your opinion of in the comments below. Also, have you... Shh, he's sleeping. He had a long trip, cross country, in a box. No air holes. Also, have you played 504? And of course, the big question is, if you have, what is your favorite combination of modules in 504? I'd like to know, because I really don't want to play 504 different ones trying to find the best ones. So let me know what your experience has been with 504 as well. Love it? Hate it? Certain module you love? Certain module you hate? Let me know. You get the idea. I'm just going to stop and just... There, I'm done talking about that for now. So there you go. I hope that this video helped demonstrate not only what some people are buying, but a little bit of the rationale and reasoning behind the scenes of what leads someone to make the purchase decisions that they do. So, I'll see you in the comments, and I'll see you in a future video. And until then, I'll see you in the comments and in a future video. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Item number 2, I know you're gonna be surprised, is 5... That was dumb too. Let me know how they compare. No, that's not at all what I want. Don't do that at all. That's a dumb idea. Please don't. Also, have you played 504? And if there's any questions you have, or you want to mention... It's kind of interesting to see what games have the buzz and what games are buzzless. Okay, I've talked too much and I am done now. Take care.